Hey everyone. This week in our message series, Grow Your Faith, Deacon Jim talked about how God uses service that stretches us to grow our faith in ways we don't expect. And as he was describing some of his experiences, it made me remember this day. I was a theology student and I was looking to get uh, a placement. I needed to do some mandatory service towards my degree, that you do a bunch of service in a new context for you, and then you went back and you talked to your classmates about how what you were learning in class applied to actual real world situations, which is a great way to learn, by the way. Um, so I had been avoiding hospitals. That was where most first year students went. And so I had looked into a couple other opportunities, and this one kept coming back. Um, and so I talked to this very perky nun who said, yeah, it's down in Anacostia. They put in the metro line. We're only like 3 blocks from it. And so she told me how to get there. And I walked 3 blocks through Anacostia, which was new to me. And did not feel great. And then I got there and I had a great time talking to her and them. And then when I left, it was later in the day, and the neighborhood had kind of come to life. And if I felt unsafe on the way there, I felt even less safe on the way back, just out of unfamiliarity. There was nothing that was really threatening me. It was just all of those thoughts that run through your head. um, and so I remember standing down on the metro platform waiting for the train to come. And as it, eventually I got to the place where I transferred back to the line I lived on, which was like the orange line, and it took me back into suburbia, back where I felt safe. And as we're going out, um, and we've hit the above ground part of that, you can start to smell like smoke, and the train like brake line has got brake fluid had caught fire, and it smelled terrible, and everyone around me is panicking, and I am the calmest person because I was like, wait, I know how to do this. We are literally about 60 seconds out of the next stop, and we're just all going to get out and stand on the platform, and 10 minutes later another train is going to come by and we're going to get on it, and our day is not going to be disrupted at all. So, it was that such a strong contrast between everybody else is freaking out. I'm like, oh, I know how to do a train fire. I just don't know how to do that neighborhood. And so, sure enough, I tried several other opportunities to some other form of service. None of them worked out. I was going on vacation. I finally said, okay, God, filled out the paperwork, put it in the mail, and then went on vacation. And when I came back, started working in the service, and it was a great opportunity to lose all sorts of misconceptions that I had about neighborhoods, to learn some street skills that I really probably needed. Um, but more than that, like, just the thing that I took away more than anything else from that year of being down there was I never looked at those neighborhoods the same way. When I started hearing about um, shootings outside the local high school, and I knew parents that had kids in those high school, I immediately thought of them and started worrying on their behalf. And I understood in some small way the, what it must be. I can't even say what it must be like to live there, but it never again could I hear about that neighborhood and not care the way that I had dismissed it for years previously. And so, effectively, if I learned nothing else, I learned that those were my people because those were God's people. In any case, every one of us has an opportunity to serve God. And most of the time, the ones that God wants to put us in are the ones that we run the other way from. And so, Deacon Jim named a couple of places where, kind of common that we run away. But I would be willing to bet that You have some place in your life where God might be nudging you, and this thought comes back time. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I should do that. Oh, the phone's ringing. Maybe I should actually talk to this person again. And what I want to do is encourage you to just think about those nudges and think about that being those nudges being God and maybe saying yes because you have no idea what God has in store for you until you say yes. So I just want to ask you, what are those nudges? Where might God be calling you into service this year, this month, this week? And how are you going to respond?